Christianity started here, from the Holy Land. This is our city and this is our history.
Hello, this is Ephraim Tours and I'm selling Zion. Let me give you a tour. This is where it all started. I don't know much, but I know more than I used to know. I know more than I knew when I was bishop. I definitely know more than I did when I was on my mission. And I definitely know more than I did when I received my patriarchal blessing just before my mission. When someone receives their patriarchal blessing in the church, they are given their tribe, so they're told what tribe of Israel they are a part of. And I remember when I received my patriarchal blessing, I was told I was part of the tribe of Ephraim. And I wondered, how do they know that I am part of the tribe of Ephraim? And it wasn't until later that I learned that we are adopted into various tribes of Israel when we receive our patriarchal blessing. We are told what tribe we are adopted into. So I didn't know that before. I learned that, I don't think I really learned that until I was bishop. But then, so you think about all the people that are baptized into the church, and they are adopted into one of the tribes, usually the tribe of Ephraim or the tribe of Benjamin. But there are people on this earth who are literally part of the tribes of Israel. And it is not just the Jewish people. It is the people who live in the whole surrounding area: Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, Iraq, Palestine. All these people are literally members of the tribes of Israel. Because when the tribes scattered, they didn't scatter far, they scattered to the surrounding area, the surrounding region. Throughout time, there are many different times where the Israelites left Israel and went to the surrounding areas and started their own, and they would become incorporated into the surrounding societies. So literally, the people living in Jordan, the people living in Lebanon right now who are being bombed and massacred by the state of Israel, they are literally part of the tribes of Israel. So Israel is literally killing Israelites as they try to take over the area. And recently, like since October 7th, we've learned about Israel's new plan, which is Greater Israel, which is taking over that whole area all the way from the Mediterranean to the Euphrates River. That is the Greater Israel plan. They have it on their shoulders. The IDF soldiers have that map on their shoulders of the whole surrounding area. That is their plan. And think about that. If they actually tried to take over that whole area, they would be killing hundreds and hundreds of thousands of native Israelites. It's not good. So basically, what I've learned since being released as bishop is that that whole surrounding area of Israel, they are Israelites. A lot of them are Muslims, but they are Israelites. There's a lot of Christians too. Lebanon is 38% Christian, and they are the descendants of the very first Christians. They are literally the first Jewish Christians, the first followers of Jesus Christ in Lebanon and Palestine. I saw what was happening to the West Bank. I could see them expanding there, and I learned a little bit about the history of the formation of the State of Israel, and I justified it in my mind that that was in the past, and I believed at the time, just like most people believe, that they're Arabs Arabs that came in from Saudi Arabia, and I believe that they were separate from the Israelites. The whole persecution of the Jews in the Holocaust, and they needed a place to stay. So in those ways, just like many people, I justified what happened with the Nakba and giving them that land. And I'm like, believe that, well, they've got that land, and there's the whole study of like Revelations and what's going to happen there. And that before recently, it was just like, okay, there's this hypothetical future that may come with stuff happening in Israel and Palestine and all of that, and it's just like this whole like studying. You talk about it on Sunday, and it was just like this hypothetical thing. But now here we are. We're at this point where there's this war in the Middle East, and with the knowledge that I have now of the situation of the lost tribes of Israel, the people there are literally already, they are Israelites. It changes things. So again, we in the Latter-day Saints, we believe that everyone will become part of the tribes of Israel, whether they are literally part of the tribes of Israel or they are adopted into the tribes of Israel. We believe that they were scattered after the destruction of the temple in 70 AD, and then in 130 AD, which was the second Jewish revolt. So they were scattered in 70 AD, but there were still Jewish people in Israel/Palestine after 135 AD, after many Jews were scattered in 135 AD. Here's the thing. Each one of these scatterings, it's not all the Jewish people that were scattered. It's a handful, it's a portion of the Jewish people that were scattered. Many stayed throughout every single one of these scatterings. And each one of these scatterings of the tribes of Israel means that portions of the population are literally part of the tribes of Israel to a percentage. The Jewish people who were persecuted during World War II from Europe were persecuted. They are Jewish, but they have a percentage of the tribes of Israel. They are not 100% Israelites. They are like 50% DNA Israelite, because they mixed with the Europeans for thousands of 1,800 years or however long. They mixed with the Europeans. So their DNA, they literally have 25 to 50% Israeli DNA, whereas the people who live in Palestine and Lebanon, they may not practice Judaism, but they have a higher percentage of Israelite DNA than the Jewish settlers who are the descendants of the Jews who were persecuted in the Holocaust. And it mixes with all of humanity. These the tribes of Israel, it mixes with, well, most of humanity, if you look throughout the world. Not so much in Asia, I don't think, but I could be wrong there. This forcing of building a state of Israel and expanding throughout that area, it causes war, and we need to stop it. And the whole idea of the gathering of Israel, from the LDS perspective, it's connecting the generations of families for eternity, and well, that's through the LDS perspective of the gathering of Israel. Like, as a people, it's respecting people for who they are. It's for me, it's like respecting people for their culture, whether you're Palestinian, Muslim, Christian, or Jewish. Respecting that we all come from the same tree. We all come from the same olive branch, and we need to stop burning the olive tree. We need to stop burning the tree of life. One thought that I've had recently is, thinking about the olive tree as the tribes of Israel, right? They're the olive tree, the olive grove. In the Book of Mormon, they talk about the olive grove and olive tree as the tribe of Israel. Thinking about what about the human family that is not part of Israel. So I mentioned how Asians, they're probably not so much part of the tribes of Israel. So thinking about what other trees are there in humanity, branches of the human family, the human tree of life, right? So what would the Asian tree be? Native American tree, Hindu. So you got the Hindu tree of life. So you got all these different trees representing the tree of life, representing different parts of the human family. So the different cultures of human family. And they're all representations of branches of the tree of life. So gathering the tribes of Israel is a representation of gathering only one of the branches of the tree of life. But we need to expand that concept to the gathering of the whole human family, not just the tribes of Israel, but gathering the tribes, all the tribes of the human family. So I got my solar panels, and I got my jackery, and I got solar panels to go with this jackery, this solar generator, and we're gonna open it up, try it out. So for those of you who have been watching my channel for a while, you know I've been talking about the tree of life for quite a while, and some of you might be wondering why I'm so passionate about Palestine right now. It has to do with the tree of life. The Palestinian people and the olive branch, it's part of the tree of life. And what is happening over there to the Palestinian people is not okay. So it's the same thing with any struggle or war that's going on around the world. It's the same thing with the migrants, with ICE. We had a tour at school about the Underground Railroad and about the struggle of freeing slaves here in the United States around the Civil War. And the correlations between the Civil War, freeing the slaves, the correlations between that and what's happening now with the migrants and ICE. And the thing is here, like, if we had an underground railroad for the migrants, the immigrants, it'd be a lot harder to do because of AI and face recognition and all of that. But we really need the same type of thing in this day and age, because they are capturing those people. They're capturing the migrants. And they are not sending them away. They are not sending them, well, sometimes they are, but they are making those detention centers for a reason. It's for profit. Those are for-profit prisons, for-profit detention centers, and they don't want them going back to their countries. They want to make a profit by keeping them there. So the correlations between what was happening back then, what is happening now, what was happening to the Jewish people during the Holocaust, and what is happening to the Palestinian people, these are not good times. And it's because we are not recognizing the tree of life. That is what is happening. We need to recognize the tree of life, the olive branch, the olive tree of the Palestinian and the tribes of Israel, or whether we're talking about the Native American tree of life, the Turtle Island, or whether we're talking about any other part of the tree of life that is being persecuted and burned right now. We need to stop burning the tree of life. And that's why I make these videos. It's tiring. To be honest, it's tiring. So I'm giving up where I can, and I'm making cuts where I can. Peace. I love you guys. Be safe. Love your neighbor. Love those around you. And love those that you don't know. Religions and faiths and ethnicities. Peace. Peace out.